And there we go. 19 Archaeology. Oh, that felt so much longer than it probably was. I have no clue, but whoo! Here are my final thoughts on the Archaeology skill. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So depending on how much you play RuneScape, I got 99 Archaeology relatively fast or extremely slow. As in fact, I'm 3 weeks behind some of the first people that got 99, and that's totally fine. Now the first 2 weeks I didn't do that much in terms of Archaeology training. I think I only got up to level 70 or something, and that's because I had my internship and I didn't have much time to play. After that, I did increase my hours by a large margin, and I think I AFK'd at least 5 hours a day, while playing other games, watching movies, or doing my workout routine. Now, I really like the skill levels 1 to 76, as everything you did was kind of new. After exploring all of the dig sites, however, it started to get to me, as I'm not a skiller and I get bored from anything in RuneScape rather quickly. So after level 76 or so, after getting access to the Warforge and having done most of the lower level mysteries, it started to get very boring. Though that being said, when first exploring the skill and checking out the dig sites, I had a huge amount of fun. And the hype of me logging in and streaming the content for the first time and checking it out with the people watching me on stream was an experience I would not like to forget. And Archaeology's release was relatively good compared to other skills, as straight from the get-go we had most of the quality of life we'd like. Of course, some things were added, like you looking into your storage from your Archaeology journal, but on release there was already a lot of quality of life. And that's something the developers should be proud for. Now, I might not be the right person to judge this skill as a whole in terms of training, because I hate skilling in the long run, like I said earlier, but in my opinion, Archaeology was a little slow. Now hear me out. The reason I think it's slow is because there's only really 2 ways of properly training it. You have the semi-AFK version or semi-active version of training it, which is also pretty slow, even if you're buying materials and doing the highest level areas possible. I'm talking about levels 1 to 99, by the way, guys. I know level 120 plus, etc. is a lot faster, but I'm talking about level 1 to 99, as the majority of the players will be training levels 1 to 99. So you either do it semi-AFK or fully AFK while playing another game, which is what I did for most of the time. Now, the problem is you don't really have a fully click-intensive, faster method than the semi-AFK method. Sure, you can go ahead and pay attention fully, but you only have to click when the time sprite moves or when you need to bank. And with Alt 1 Toolkit, using the AFK warden, you don't really need to pay attention, so you semi-AFK or fully AFK, but there's no active version of training this. Oh, and to fully AFK, you do of course need the auto screener and a bunch of Sign of the Porters in your Graves of the Elves, otherwise you won't be able to fully AFK. If you're regularly using Porters, it's much less AFK, and if you're using your Soil box, it's even less AFK. And it's still slow. Now, I'm sure there's going to be someone in the comments that tells me, oh, but you're so used to Invention being fast, it's actually a fast skill level 1 to 99. No, it really isn't. And the other argument people usually use is people got 99 in a week, people like Micro or me, but they play 20 hours a day and they were spending billions of GP on this skill. I don't think that's really an accurate representation of the average player. Even after release, when the prices have crashed, it's still expensive, and that's my biggest point. Now, of course, the skill is new, so you're going to be paying money, and the longer you wait, the cheaper the skill is going to be. But in my opinion, it's really bad that I had to spend 200 mil plus to get an experience rate that's still slower than Divination. Yes. And that's just me complaining because I just simply don't like slow skills, so I hope you guys respect my opinion. If you enjoy this skill a lot, you wouldn't mind it was slow. So for the people that do enjoy this skill, you probably didn't find levels 1 to 99 that bad. Especially if you're an Iron Man, you purposely have to gather the materials from caches yourself extra, or just keep farming and not be able to create all of your artifacts. Now, admittedly, at the lower levels it was slightly slower for me because I did try to make money and sold my materials instead of making my own artifacts, and I farmed material caches, but still, overall, definitely a very slow skill. It's probably up there with agility, maybe even slower than agility actually, depending on which level you're at, because agility is pretty fast nowadays. And before you say anything, keep in mind you could also be spending money on Silverhawks and training at Anachronia, and you're still spending less money than on Archaeology in comparison and getting more experience per hour. Think about that for a second. For now at least. That should probably change over time and Archaeology should become cheaper. Hopefully. including the chronotes. Now, one more thing I have about archaeology, it's not really a massive problem, but maybe if you're a broke player or an Iron Man, it's extra annoying. If you want to complete the logs or train for the maximum experience by getting the highest level artifacts, training at the Stormguard Citadel is very expensive currently, because at some locations, including I believe the level 95 location, or 96, you need to use porters because there's no deposit card here. And I think they should just put a deposit card there because you're basically forcing players to use them. And of course, it's nice for money making because energy goes up in price, including necklaces for jewelry, aka crafting. But I think it would be nice for some players to have a deposit card right there. So, I'm very glad I'm done with this skill. It's a good skill overall, but it's just not for me, and I'm very happy I won't have to go back to train it anytime soon. The rewards are awesome. Ancient Summoning could have been a bit better, gaining experience, for example. The relics are cool. The new perks are awesome. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.